Sister and brother surfers of the binary ocean. Hello. In this video, we're going to fix an issue where if we have a compiled word that we defined and we try to redefine that word, it's going to get rid of the old definition and replace it with the new definition. If you want to jump in here, and I will show you how we're going, or what that's going to look like, what the issue looks like, I guess. So we have 2020 plus. Now, if we want to redefine that as 3020 plus, right now, that doesn't work. We still get that first definition, 40. If we look at our compiled words list, you see Bob is on there twice. That's messed up. We don't want that. So if we put in the second one, we want it to actually basically just overwrite what's in there. So in order to do that, we're going to create a new function. Go to the very bottom of the file and just put func, and we're going to call it clear compiled word. We're going to take an argument called word, and it's going to be a string value, and we're going to return a Boolean. We're going to use these same variables as we have in our run word function. So we'll do that, and then we're going to need one more. We're going to need variable toDelete. That's going to be another string subsequence, and we're going to initialize it with a blank string. So now we have these blank strings and we have our word, right? Our word is going to be passed into our clear compiled word function, and our word is going to be our whatever our input is through our process input function, and we will handle that up here. We'll have to put in some code up here to handle that. Actually, it'll be if we're in compile mode, I believe. So yeah, it'll be right around in here where we'll put that. So with our function, we need to look through our compiled words string to see if the word exists in there. If it does, we want to just clear it out of there. So it's fairly simple how we do this. We just do if let word index equals compiled words dot end index of formatted word. Okay. So just to explain, what that's doing is it's doing the same thing as we did up in our run word, where we have if let word index. So we're getting the last index of our compiled words string that matches formatted word, which is this right here. This. So it's going to be whatever word we put in. So say this was Bob, it would be : space Bob space. If it finds that, then it's going to give us the end index of that, and it's going to put that in our word index variable. And we have our full definition string. We want to put compiled words word index through to the end of the string in our full definition. And then we want another if let word index function, or if statement here. That's going to be full definition dot index of semicolon. So now we're getting the index of our semicolon following in our full definition, which is, that full definition of our word there. And then we want our definition variable to equal the full definition word index. So from the range, the beginning of the full definition to the end, basically, of the full definition, which is the semicolon there. And then still within our bigger if let here with our compiled words end index, we are going to define our toDelete variable as formatted word plus definition plus 1, 2, 3, 4 semicolons and a space. And so that's giving us, that's what we need to delete, because that's what, if we find a match for the, that's our word and definition in there. So the formatted word is that 4 colons and a space plus our word and then another space. And then the definition, right, is what we just set up here. That's the definition of our word. So if our word is Bob 2020 plus, semicolon, our definition is this 2020 plus part. Actually, it's 2020 plus space. And then plus our 4 semicolons plus the space. And so we have that in our to delete, and then we just basically replace our old compiled word string with a new one that doesn't have that. So compiled words dot replacing occurrences is the string that we want. We want to pass in of to delete, so it's finding any occurrences of this value, which is the formatted word and the definition. And we're going to replace that with just a blank string, nothing. So we're essentially just deleting it. And that has to be put into a variable. We can't just do that. It has to go into a new variable. But after that, we can just go compiled words equals new compiled words. So it just gets overwritten. And then we want to return true if that was successful, or else we want to return false. So if it finds it, it's going to return true. If it doesn't, it's going to return false. We don't really need to return a Boolean here, actually, because we're not going to be using that at all. As a matter of fact, let's just get rid of it. We want this to run and whether if it finds it, it's going to do all this replacing it, getting rid of it. If it doesn't find it, it's just going to run and that's it. Run it either way and run and continue either way after we run it. So clear up here in our process input function under if compile flag equals true, there we have this if else. In our final else, we have if index is greater than 0, blah, blah, blah. And then we have another if else where we're running our compile function. First, before we run that, we want clear compiled word input. So that's going to clear it out if it finds it in there. And it's going to do that before we run our final compile function. And let's see, so that's if it's the first, the definition value, basically, like the definition of the compiled word. If it's not the definition, then it's not going to bother looking for it because we've already gotten past it, that would mean. So, okay, I think we're good there. Let's try running this. Okay, so we have Bob 2020 plus, and we want to change that to Bob 2030 plus. Let's see what happens. Yes, we got 50. Let's look at our compiled words list. Nice and clean. It doesn't have 2 Bobs in there. It just has the 1. So we're good. That's how we handle that. And that's it for compile mode. Congratulations if you've made it this far. Let's look at our Write Yourself a Fourth article here. So we finished compile mode, and the next exercise is to implement a way to compile immediate words. I think that'll be pretty simple. I haven't worked on that yet, but basically just running compiled words as soon as they are declared. So as soon as we put this Bob in, it would run it immediately if we put Bob plus the word immediate after it. So we'll do that, and then after that we set up so that we can do comments, and I think that'll be fairly straightforward. And then it might get a little tricky with our if, while, and similar flow constructs, and but we'll figure it out. So thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking along if you've been in it this far with me, and peace out.